I don't think George Bush has ever been that tan in his life. He's like pretty white, big dopey fucking ears.
All right. Well, um, if you're all ready, we can start the recap from last session.
Yeah,
But first,
before we
let's
do,
start. Yeah.
real quick, make sure the new episode of the Jedi Enclave presents the Now This Is Podcasting podcast will go out tomorrow, and it'll have our review for Joker Folie à Deux, as well as the new episode for Agatha All Along, the season finale for Rings of Power season 2, which was a blast, and Penguin episode 2, and then we'll be streaming Battlefront and Outlaws throughout the week. Monday, probably starting on Monday, not on Tuesday though. And then next Saturday will be the next episode of the podcast. Okay, go.
All right. So welcome back to Gungans and Dragons, Pirates of Drinax edition. When last we left, our intrepid crew managed to enact their first moment of piracy against the Mary Sue, a Hercules-class transport piloted by Captain Id. Several of you went aboard, except for your captain, where you discovered they had quite a lot of luxury goods on board, but you did manage to actually find out that they were also hauling illegal anagathics emblazoned with Spencer Turf's insignia. You guys decided discretion was the better part of valor and not to take the Anagathics because you had heard rumors from Ukluna that Spencer Turf is quite the powerful crime figure, and it might not be good at this stage of your journey to piss him off too much. And you stole 20 tons of luxury goods. Uh,
Hell yeah,
you
we did.
were you were pursued by a patrol boat that was responding to the distress message that was initially given off the Mary Sue, but then they called it off. But the patrol boat was still interested in finding out what the heck was going on. Uh, but you jumped to the blue system, which took another week, and then decided upon entering the blue system, instead of going to the planet Blue itself, you were going to go to a moon that was orbiting the gas giant in the system, which also had a starport, but it was more of a free starport than the blue one. So you decided, since you were out of fuel at this point, because it was your second jump, that instead of paying for fuel at the starport, you were gonna take a little bit of nature's bounty by just kind of getting your own fuel from the gas giant. So your captain, because he's a multi-role, faceted kind of fella, decided to do the navigation and the piloting,
Decided to
and
shit his pants.
unfortunately, he didn't carry the one when he was doing his navigation, and he wasn't paying as much attention as he was when he was making the entry into the gas giant, and your ship hit some complications, which, while you were diving into the depths of the gas giant, knocked out your entire power plant, reducing your ship's power to zero. And your ship immediately began to fall. Your engineering team worked together to kind of jerry rig your system to basically, with the gas that you're pulling in, to immediately ignite it through your engines, which are damaging your engines, but have managed to turn them on even though you have zero power. You didn't manage the roll to kind of start to pull yourself up, so you are still uh, fairly far down into the gas giant. But before we progress any further, Let's start with everybody reintroducing themselves and their characters. Let's kind of go in reverse order here. Sean, why don't you start?
Start. Oh, the whole.
No.
the-
Tell us
Your
who.
character.
Tell us. Solve this problem, Sean, right now. This is your moment to shine.
So
Uh,
you're so you're Sean, and your character Gunny McCore.
okay, we're being sucked down in the gas giant, right?
No.
Yeah, I was
Just a
kidding.
little
Sean. I was messing with you, man.
uh, character intro.
Oh, yeah, I play Gandhi McClure. Because Roll20 sucks, I kept rolling a bunch of ones last game, and that's why we're there. Yep, that's it.
Gunny,
Blame it on the random number generator. Sure.
it didn't really suck for your character because your character actually has quite a lot of skills compared to the rest of the team.
Right.
So you are the captain of the ship, right?
Yes. Yep. And the pilot, and the navigator, and the yeah.
And sometimes you operate the sensors as well.
Yep.
All right.
And the communications guy.
Daniel, do you want to?
Yeah. My character's name is Akluna, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Akluna Eng.
And I'm a spy, and I'm pretty close to shitting my pants because I think we might be about to die.
All right, Monty, you're up.
My name is Thlems Leanid, and I'm not responsible for any of the danger we are in.
Lies and slander.
But you are responsible for our success should it happen, right?
But I am responsible for leading the charge in getting us out of this predicament. How exactly I will be able to shine more light on after the events have actually occurred.
All right, April.
Yes, I play Andrew, and she's a mechanic and spacer, and hopefully we can find a way out of this.
Okay. So just as a primer right here, I posted a picture in the chat there of the sort of different levels of a gas giant. So I'm just going to go over them with them now. So the wisp is the outer layer of a gas giant's atmosphere that's too thin to skim for fuel or fully conceal a ship, but it does impose some drag on a vessel or orbit or object in orbit. Powered course corrections from time to time will be necessary to prevent an orbit from decaying, though this is likely to take days or even weeks to become a serious problem. A ship that loses power in the Wisp zone has plenty of time to repair its systems. Unfortunately, you're not in the Wisp zone. You then have the extreme shallow. The upper layers of the atmosphere are not subject to much turbulence. It is possible to skim fuel in the extreme shallows, but it will take 10 times as long as in the deep zone. Power loss will result in orbital decay in 8D hours. There are no serious turbulence effects at this level, and no penalty to pilot checks. You were not there either. Shallow. The shallows are reasonably safe to operate in and allow skimming for fuel at half the normal rate. Orbital decay will occur in 2D hours if power is lost. All pilot checks are made with a DM -1 in the shallows.
Hey,
You
Richard.
were not there either.
Real quick, this is important, and I want to make sure everyone has an update on it. And I'll be showing our audience what we're talking about. But the picture of the man that you put in our group chat, who was a celebrity that you saw at the Yankees game last night. His name is Chaz Palminteri. And he was in A Bronx Tale, The Usual Suspects, Legend, Boss of Bosses. Looks like he's actually in a bunch of mob movies.
I was right, mobster type.
So we have solved that puzzle. It is closed. The matter is settled. Now we know. Thank you, Reddit.
Hold the press. All right, now let the press continue.
Yeah.
You see one tan guy and you just assume he's a mobster.
You thought he was fucking George Bush.
Well, I said he looked like George Bush.
He could
Okay.
still very well be George Bush.
You said, and I quote, he looks like a Native American George Bush.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So this is the area that you guys were actually going to, and where you initially had the problems. The deep. Fueling, skimming, and commercial exploitation, such as petrochemical harvesting, is normally done in the deep zone. Skimming is at the normal rate, and conditions tend to be sufficiently turbulent that piloting checks are made with DM -2. A vessel that loses power in the deeps will start to fall immediately, hitting the top of the extreme deep layer in 2D minutes. And unfortunately, you guys did fall to the next layer, the extreme deep. Few vessels venture into the extreme deeps other than specially built research craft and warships optimized for hiding in a gas giant's atmosphere. Turbulent conditions impose -3 on all pilot checks. A vessel without power in the extreme deeps will be tossed about by incredible winds, suffering 2D damage every round. It will fall to the top of the depths in 2D minutes. The depths. Very few vessels have returned from the depths of any gas giant world. Any ship at this depth, other than those specifically constructed to survive there, suffer 2D damage each round, losing to 6D if the ship is unstable due to power loss. A vessel will enter the abyssal depths in 2D minutes if falling without power. All pilot checks are made at -4 in the depths, and where you never want to go, the abyssal depths. The technology required to build a ship capable of operating in the abyssal depths is beyond most starfaring species. The incredible pressures and turbulence inflict 4D damage per round on any vessel venturing there. The pressure is so great at this depth that pools of liquid hydrogen can be encountered near the bottom. Some gas giants have a rocky or metallic core. Others simply a high-pressure world ocean of hydrogen. A ship that hits the bottom of a gas giant's atmosphere will be destroyed quickly. All pilot checks are at -5 in the abyssal depths, and sensor systems will not function.
Okay. Before we
So currently, you are in the extreme deep.
okay, before we start the clock on this issue, because I'm going to, I just want just a couple of minutes. I crowdsourced the problem that we're in, to the Traveler Reddit subreddit, and a lot of people interacted with it, a lot more than I thought would. And Sean, as our captain, and also for the rest of our crew, these are generally the best ideas that I saw in the replies. Okay. The first is that we just jump. We do a blind jump and live with the consequences. Apparently, there were several people on the subreddit that said that potentially this could be a lot of fun, and quote unquote cinematic. One of the ideas is a gravity sling, where we dive toward the the center and then try to sling out. One was to call for help and see if we get someone to tow us out or to rescue us in time. And there were a couple of suggestions about jettisoning our nuclear warhead and letting it travel a distance and then detonating it to give us a kinetic energy push to get out of the area that we're in.
Also, there were an overwhelming majority of Reddit professionals that were advising that the captaincy of sanctuaries and be transferred to Slims. I saw that multiple times.
You'll have to link me to those specific ones, because I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't remember seeing those. I'm not saying they're not there. I'm just saying maybe you should post a link so we can see them.
Yeah, I'll have my people contact your people.
Suddenly, Monty is creating a bunch of different Reddit accounts.
Oh, jeez.
So Sean,
All right.
that's where we are, and I think because of the burden of command, you're going to be the one that has to decide what we eventually do.
Oh, right.
So you've been advised that your power plant will be reactivated in 13 more minutes.
And how long do we have till we sync to another level?
Let me roll for that.
We are still in the
Because-
information gathering stage. Like we're not presently syncing, right?
We didn't
What-
get
what-
any.
I think we're syncing because gravity just doesn't.
No,
stop
I mean
for
like
anything.
right now we're talking about the mechanics of the game,
Uh,
and it's not like we're
What are we
having.
syncing about exactly?
So what happened was Sean attempted to regain control of the ship with the engines, and he didn't pass the roll.
So we got absolutely nothing from that.
Yeah, that didn't answer my question though. Like we're just discussing mechanics right now, and the clock isn't ticking, right?
Yeah. So the ship is still out of control, so that you have these extreme winds that are bringing you about the extreme depths. So you didn't manage to raise the ship at all during the last attempt. You
Okay.
possibly could have fallen deeper, but you don't have the current readings right now. You would need to do a sensors check.
Okay, gotcha. And I can't write because we don't have any power.
Well, you're kind of yeah. You don't currently actually have power to the sensors. The only thing you currently have power to, and this is through this sort of stopgap measure that they've done,
The
is
engines, right?
the engines.
Okay.
So again, how so we have 13 minutes until our shit reboots. What will be our situation in 13 minutes? Will we be in the next level down, or will we be close to it, or do we still have a little bit of time before until we get there?
He will have, let's say, you have about 7 more opportunities before you would fall to the next level to kind of bring the ship up a bit.
Okay.
All right.
So, okay, so we're kind of, at least for the time being, we're at a, for a lack of better term, we're at kind of a comfortable equilibrium, but we're not on an outward trajectory yet.
Well, the ship is heavily being pounded by the winds,
Giggity.
and the ship is actually going to be getting damaged.
Okay, that's
each
what
time that
that's.
he doesn't pass a roll.
Oh, okay. So every failed attempt there'll be damage.
Yes. More
How many
damage.
how many minutes does every roll represent, or every attempt? If you said
usually
7, so it's like, so they're like 2 minutes, 2 minutes per attempt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we've all seen.
So you're at the helm. You're trying to wrestle the controls right now. Everybody is being bounced around in the cabin as the ship is just being hurled around by these winds. You can see columns that are like hundreds of miles tall of different gases swirling around in just cyclones all around your ship.
Okay, I have a question for everybody. So this is out of character. So we've all seen Rogue One, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the part where Darth Vader slaughters all the rebel soldiers, and then like that one rebel soldier gets the data thing,
Uh.
and then he screams out launch.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna jump.
What? Okay. Well, hold on a second. So we're just jumping, like blind jumping.
Yeah, that sounds like the best option.
Does it?
Your jump drive is currently still off.
Oh, Okay.
The
Oh yeah,
only
because we
thing
don't
that
have
has
yeah. The only
power-
thing that works are the engines, right?
We don't
Mhm.
have fuel, even if we had power.
No. I do like the image of your captain currently being at the helm and just yelling "jump"
Just hitting
and
the
then just
button.
to be and hitting the button and nothing happening and just silence.
Lems looks around nervously and then just physically jumps like this.
Launch.
Yeah, I'll try to I'll try to pilot this out. I guess.
Okay. Just remember, because you are in the extreme deep, you are going to be suffering a -3 to your normally like super great piloting roll.
Hold on, but so before you make this decision, is there a way that we can chain? Because I was reading on one of the Reddit comments about helping like
Fast chains, yes.
yeah, like how do we do that? We need to do that to give us our best chance of getting out, right?
What way would your character like to try to help?
Morale.
Well, though that would probably be
for-
Slems, right?
For example, your character is an accomplished medic, and right now your captain's in a very
Can I-
strenuous situation.
Can I
You-
just
you
give him
wanna-
like Ritalin or something, like a stimulant?
Okay, you want to?
That's not. That was a question. What were you gonna finish? What you were gonna say first before I make this decision? Did I want to what?
So do you want to give him something to try to help him focus, something to try to calm down? So you're trying to get him to. So you're trying to get him to what? Focus at the matter in hand.
Yes.
Okay, so first I want you just to make a medic roll to see just like what in your experience might help. Like
Okay.
you're just kind of you're kind of just racking your brain. What can I give Gani McCore right now to help out? So
Okay.
that's going to be +1, and it's going to be based on your education. So +3.
Like 2d6 plus 3. You mean
Yes.
a 7?
Okay, so you're not super sure what to give him. Like you're blanking out a little bit, but you think maybe something like Ritalin might help. So you can roll me another 2d6 +3 to kind of put
Find it in my
some
bag.
from your supply from your med bag and just kind of like with a hypo spray inject him.
Okay.
Okay. So with the 8, Gani Makor, you hear a hiss as you see Ukluna behind you just inject you with something in your neck.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
asking. I'm not asking for. I'm not asking for permission. I just do it.
I'm gonna ask, what did you just inject me with?
You do
It's
some- you do
probably a stimulant.
What do you mean probably?
It's
you
like
feel a little bit more focused.
it's like 70% sure it's a stimulant.
But what's the other 30%?
Do you really want to go into semantics about pharmaceuticals while our ship is falling into a gas giant? Do you
Yeah, I
feel
guess
better
so.
or not?
Do I feel better or not?
You do feel a little bit more focused.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I think I'm focused
it's-
more.
Is anyone else kind of jumping in on this task chain?
Everyone should try to find a way to help him.
And this is a reminder that task chains can also go badly if everyone else goes badly in the chain. So right now, with this 8, this would basically give you another +1.
Which brings us to what? So he had he had like a -3. You said. So now he's to a -2.
Yes.
Okay.
Monty got a 16. He got a perfect roll.
What were you rolling?
It was a
for?
mistake.
Oh, God
I
damn it,
didn't
Monty!
roll anything.
All you had to say was you're going to give a rousing speech.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
give
going to
her-
give a rousing speech.
Yeah, you got a 16. Look at that.
Don't kill us, or we'll all die. Jesus Christ.
Let me look at Slems right here. Because I think you actually do have leadership. You do have leadership, and leadership is a 4. So you did roll for the right thing. So
Mhm.
give me a preview of this this epic speech
Hold
that
on.
you have just given
Hold on.
to Johnny McCord.
Hold on, Monty. Hold on just a second, okay? A... Hold on just a second.
We're not.
Monty, I'm sending you a message real quick.
Better proofread that.
Hold on. Okay. I'm reading this.
Yes.
Okay, tell me when.
Right now.
Captain, we've stared into the void before, and every time we've come out the other side. The stars may seem distant, the darkness endless, but it's in these moments that we show what we're made of. We're more than just a crew. We're a force. When the universe pushes us to the brink, we push back harder. You've led us through worse, and we followed because we believe in you. Whatever's out there, whatever's coming for us, we'll face it together, and we will not back down.
The entire
But
time.
first,
Oh,
we
go ahead.
have to survive.
So the entire time he's saying that, I'm mouthing along the words as well.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So with that, that would be 1, 2. Okay, so you actually, instead of the -3, you get a +1 to your normal roll.
Fuck yes. April, what do you got?
I'm not. I'm probably helping try to reboot the systems. So you guys are on your
Okay.
own.
So for Andrew, do you want to make a mechanics check? I guess that would be
Like I said, I'm
1.
probably working on on something else. So
Yeah, but for how you're currently just helping the engineers right now.
Yeah,
10.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. All right, so Gani McCor,
Yes.
you're looking at so your normal piloting is a 4, so it's a +5 this time. So 2d6 +5.
Nice. Right.
and
I'll
what are
do
you
that.
attempting to do? Are you just trying to like steer us out?
Yeah, I don't really know what else to do.
Okay.
He's pulling up.
Yep.
I mean, it won't matter if it's a success, right? It'll work anyway.
Although, okay, so the gravity's pulling us down, right?
Well, it's but
It's hard to tell right now with the winds that are blowing your ship like back and forward,
Well,
and
is it,
not having your regular readings.
right, but like, okay, so could I try to?
So it's like it's kind of like a similar problem, almost as if you were underwater right now because of the sort of maelstrom that you're in.
Right. Are there any winds that like are blowing upward? Like, could I go towards winds that are just going to blow us onto this?
like, can you ride a wave out? I think.
Yeah.
I mean, with a high enough piloting check, you might be able to.
Okay. Ugh, so just 10. Then 5 + 5.
That's still
Okay.
a success.
That's still a success. You are beginning to pull yourself up out of this zone. I should have rolled for the damage when the last time you failed. Hold on. Okay. So your ship is getting battered, but you are heading up. You think, from what you're seeing, you are probably getting up higher just from the quality of the light that you're seeing, though you're still mostly operating based on the lights being emitted from the front of your ship. Make me another piloting check.
Okay.
Uh,
Still +5.
yeah, still another You're still riding high from that speech, and
Hell
and
yeah.
of course the literal drugs.
15. 10 plus 5
Okay.
would be.
So now it's been 2 minutes. So you actually do manage to pull yourself back up to the deep.
Okay, cool.
And what are the characteristics of this level again?
Okay.
Is this where we skim the fuel, or is it up?
This is the area where you traditionally do skim the fuel.
We're not being pushed around then, right?
Right. This is where we want to be.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, generally speaking. But right now, you're actually hearing the engines are sounding a bit worse than they were before.
Oh.
At this point, I will remind you, but it's still kind of running. But remember, your engines are being fueled entirely by what your ship is pulling in directly right now, second by second.
Okay.
So it would stand to reason that as we ascend, we probably will lose power, right?
Yes.
Because there's less like material.
Mhm.
Okay. Do we
Okay,
know? Do we know what the status of our power plant is?
It's going to be 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So at this moment, for you to, because right now you have none of your regular kind of like automatic systems to just kind of go into autopilot, Sean, you're going to have to, for the next 10 rounds, keep your ship at this level.
Okay. Can I just turn on like the? Can I just turn on the like the? Can I just put out like the bike stopper thing that motorcycles have and just do that?
The kickstand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you didn't grab a kickstand before leaving. You had a higher tech system that no longer has power.
We missed we didn't get the kickstand or the grav belt that Monty needs.
And right now, because your engines have less power, that +5 has now become a +3.
Okay. So do I need to make another check?
Yep, you're gonna have to make 10 more checks before the ship's power supply comes back.
Okay.
Is
So 9.
9. Yep. Okay. Good. So that's 1.
oh god.
13.
That's 2. Okay. So far, so good.
9 again.
That's 3. Another good one.
Richard,
Ooh, 13.
what's our lowest?
4.
What's a number we're trying not to get?
7 or lower.
Okay.
10.
That's 5. You're halfway there.
11.
Living on a prayer.
6. Yep.
9.
7.
10.
8.
Keep going, Sean.
9.
9. Okay, literally, like you have 1 minute until your engines come back.
And then 13.
All right, so
Can we have a polite golf clap round of applause for our captain?
the lights come back on up here in the they come on all about the ship as the power plant comes back online and the engineers start bringing up life support. So now the air starts to taste a little bit better. Like it was starting to get a little bit not so great. You feel the artificial gravity properly reassert itself, though I assume pretty much everybody was strapped in at that point. And you feel the engines become a lot steadier, but it does feel now sluggish to you, Sean.
Can we skim the fuel here or no?
Do you want to start?
Captain? Shouldn't we get a sit rep and figure out where we are systems wise before we make any other decisions?
Well, I was asking. That was out of character. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah. So you can start to skim fuel now if you wanted to.
right, but I guess what I'm asking is, should I or no?
It's it's your choice.
I think we should. I think we should ask what I think we should ask our experts, like our engineers, what condition the ship is in.
Okay, okay, yeah. So I'll have you message them, ask what like sit rep on systems.
Okay, and I will send an order for a sit rep to all divisions.
All right. Well, the comm will come back on the line. George, your cyborg engineer, is the first one to reply. The main power system's back online. Nothing was broke permanently. I got it all fixed. Billiam, on the other hand, kind of growls for a second. Ah, the fucking engines! The fucking engines!
So
we're not gonna get full speed out of her anytime soon.
So I cover up the mic real fast and say, well, he sounds real mad. I think the engines are fucked.
Yeah, but luckily there's that port where you can get them.
My intuition is telling me there's something wrong with the engines.
I ask the what's his name? Gavin?
Yep.
George?
So George
Frank?
is the cyborg.
No, the one that's bitching about the engines.
Billiam.
Billy. Okay. So I ask him if the engines will tolerate us skimming fuel.
Yeah. I mean, we can skim fuel, but tell the captain to really be careful with his navigation because we can possibly push the system now to a max of thrust 3. I'd like him to keep it to 1 to 2.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. You are in the depths. It will take you.
I think we should jettison our nuke and detonate it anyway, just just to make sure.
Any xenomorphs?
Okay. So this is gonna take you 6 hours to skim enough fuel to refuel your ship completely.
Okay.
Make me a navigation check if you want.
Okay. 10 plus whatever I have.
Okay. And now make me a piloting check. Just don't do snake eyes again.
Please.
Me?
Yeah, we need a
Yeah,
piloting check.
a piloting check now.
Oh, okay. Snake eyes.
What the?
The fuck?
See, I rolled too good, so now they're giving me bad rolls.
Roll 20 has almost hurt me there, didn't it?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's dice roller.
This is
Flems takes out his notebook, rolls 2 snake eyes, puts his notebook back into his pocket.
I wonder. So you did 10 rolls that
We
saved
did
us.
have bonus from navigation, but
Generally, so I'm gonna have you make one more piloting check.
Okay.
I'm gonna have this occur halfway through, so make me one more piloting check.
8 plus
Okay,
whatever.
well that's better.
So 8 plus 4, so 12.
12. Okay. So this is what's gonna happen. Halfway through refueling, so you've gotten about half of the fuel that you need to keep you operating your ship plus one more jump. You hear kind of like a warning light go off on the bridge, and it kind of distracts you for a moment, and you almost lose control of the ship again. And in this moment, you make an executive decision as captain to
Mhm.
instead to pull up and avoid the rest of this refueling.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Well, we can just buy more fuel at the port, right?
Yes.
Should have enough
Yes, you can.
money. Yeah.
Also, we're making it away from this gas giant with more fuel than we had before we got here, right?
Yeah. So
Yes, though your engines are now damaged.
Yeah,
well, we can get those repaired too at the
that'll be
port.
fine. We'll slap the spare tire on.
So I'm gonna start piloting us towards the port.
Great. Make me a navigation roll
Okay. 8 plus whatever my bonus is.
and a piloting roll.
11 plus 4, so 15.
All right, this will be easy. There are boys on the way that are broadcasting the locations, the location of the port, kind of like inviting you in to the. They claim to be the system's only truly free port.
Gotcha. Which means that like it's open to anyone, right? It's not just restricted to one faction.
I think it means we can sell stolen shit here.
Oh, so there's a fence. Okay, cool.
So they call themselves the Bull High Freeport.
All right, I'll be like, hey, cool, acknowledged. Mind if we park?
Sorry, what I'll say, since I'm the comms officer, I will request
right.
I will
Sorry.
request permission to dock.
Okay. So they do not have a starport in orbit, so you're gonna have to land on the moon.
Oh God!
But they do give you give you navigational data. They also give you a berth in their port based on your tonnage, and they say for a small fee of 500 credits, they can auto dock your ship for you.
Yeah. How much credit? How many credits?
500.
500 credits.
Yeah, they can do that.
It's a service that they do.
Yep, I'm good with that. They can do it.
Okay. So you find yourself heading towards this moon. The moon itself seems a bit innocuous, just mostly covered in craters, but you can see a series of small domes on the surface. And one of these domes gets larger and larger as you head down towards the planet, and you give control of your ship. You head down through the dome and through an iris that opens up. You guys kind of slip right in and land safely here at the Freeport. You get a little communication from the Freeport itself. It says, "Welcome to Bull High Freeport. The regulations for our system: you are allowed to exit your ship with armor. You are allowed personal knife, but be aware that no firearms or higher level technology weapons are allowed within the Freeport itself."
So
people-
swords.
Knife, it sounds like.
Depending upon the sword, technically a sword could violate that.
What about
What about
my
my
sword?
sword? Yeah.
Let me take a look at your sword.
My sword would be right out.
So Cluna, you have a. Oh, you have a rapier. Okay, yeah. So yours would be fine.
I can't
Good.
remember what I have.
I'm taking it with.
Oh, Gani Makor, you have a mono blade. So technically speaking, it's not powered.
Okay, so it's fine then.
Yes.
Donnie's got mono.
Slems wouldn't be able to bring the shock whip or the chain drive sword that you have.
Aw, that sucks.
Is the chain drive sword just literally?
I don't want anything to do with that sword anyway, so it's not on me.
Why do you have it?
It's a chainsaw sword.
So it's Warhammer then.
Yes.
And
There's a
then,
gift.
yeah,
Can't ungift a sword.
Oh,
It's rude.
and then,
you give it to me.
and then Andrew's sword would also not really be allowed.
Yeah.
I give you my sword.
Your chainsaw sword.
Yeah.
Well, that would be out too because it's a chainsaw sword. So
Well, yeah, I'm not
What
gonna. No, I won't take it out. Like,
What about the other guy's sword? The guy from
he probably has a regular sword. He has a variety of swords.
Yeah, Leonard says if you want him to come out with you all, he has he brought his collection, so he has swords and knives aplenty.
okay. Oh, Vim will be accompanying us as well.
Vim says, "Sir, yes, sir.
Who's the
I
pirate?
offer to go out to fix that part, sir. The engineer went out before I could, sir."
Wait, run that one past me again.
Last session there was when they did that fix to your engine to allow it to just use hydrogen right from the gas
Yeah.
giant. There was a part that needed to be fixed on the outside of the ship, and then you guys ended up arguing for a while who was going to go out. And while you were arguing, the drone engineer just kind of left you guys, went outside the ship, fixed it himself, and came back in.
And Vim was the first to volunteer to go out and get it.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, he wanted to do it, but drone. Well, he was trying to get your attention, but you guys were still kind of arguing.
We should put a commendation in his file for being such a go getter.
Yeah, you're talking about drone?
No, well, yeah, he saved us, but I mean also Vim.
Oh, okay, yeah. I already put a commendation in drone's file for doing that.
Well, I think Vim deserves a little bit of love just because he was ready to risk life and limb for the ship.
We should also throw in a few accommodations on to Slum's file as well.
You might as well.
Since we're handing them out.
That was a rousing speech, and it quite possibly saved us all.
In fact, I'm gonna throw a commendation just for like handling under pressure that situation.
Can you kind of cut out there? Can you repeat what you just said?
I'm gonna throw a commendation in everyone's files for handling.
Oh, well, then commendations don't mean anything if we all get one, but I'll take it.
It's everybody gets one, and then after that they gotta earn them.
All right then. Well, you do also get a communication from them that's basically an advertisement of, now that you're here on Bull High, and why don't you explore the miraculousness of our casinos? Unlike Blue, we don't charge you taxes, so spend as much money as you want on our casinos. The loosest slots in the Blue system.
Must be one of those unskippable cutscenes. Sorry about that, Richie. You just hear Gowning McClure saying skip.
After the ad finishes, you realize that the port still had control of your ship up until that moment, and as they release control of your ship, your accounts that are with it are debited 500 credits.
That's fine. I'm gonna talk to the pirate lady.
You have to be more specific since you're on the pirate ship.
I think we're all pirate ladies.
Well, right, but I mean like the one who like was a pirate before us, the veteran.
Barbie?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna kind of pull her aside and be like, okay, so, you know, this isn't your first rodeo, doing stuff like this, I assume. How would I go about selling all this illicit cargo that we got without anyone noticing? I asked.
Okay, so you're saying this to her in private, right? Like you made sure that you didn't say this earshot of anybody else. Okay.
Yeah.
She sighs for a second, like her glowing eyes disappear as she just blinks heavily, and she kind of pinches the base of her nose, and she says, "Okay, wow,
I'm sorry, this is my first time doing something like this.
And you're starting off with captain."
I'm still learning.
Well, I mean, I was a captain in the Navy before. This is my first time as a pirate, I guess.
Right.
Also, you might want to remind her
Is
that you saved
all
the
that you
ship.
were? A captain in the Navy? Did you do anything else?
I mean, I was also a gunner and the pilot and the navigator. Yeah, I kind of did everything.
No, I mean any other jobs other than being in the Navy.
Oh, I was a politician.
For fuck's sake, you're a politician. You should know how to do shady shit.
Well, see, I got fired as a politician because I didn't do shady shit.
She looks at you suspiciously, as if she doesn't believe you.
What a great world that would be to live in.
Apparently, I was voted too nice, and they kicked me out because of it.
Okay, she definitely doesn't believe you, but she kind of sighs again and says, "Look, I didn't go on the ship, but I heard through the grapevine you got some luxury goods.
Yes.
We've come almost directly here. This was a jump. What? This was a jump one for us, right?
Yes.
So, and it took us basically 3 days to get here after the jump over here. So, there is a chance that there could be some word back by the system by now, by some other ship, that these goods were taken out. So, I think you might have made a good choice to first come to the Freeport. So, you will probably get your best price for your goods if you sell them through legitimate means here in the Freeport. But there will be some inherent risk from my experience if some word has gotten back to the system about these specific goods being stolen.
Okay.
You could attempt to sell them on the black market. You will get less money because whoever buys them will be aware of the inherent risk of stolen goods, but there will be less chance of us getting attention from it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna ask her.
Or step 3, you could attempt to
I don't like
sell
Barbie very much, by the way.
You could attempt to sell to the local government here. But politicians, they could be corrupt. They want their own slice. So that's probably earning the least amount of money, but you might earn some goodwill from the sport that could help us in the future.
Gotcha. I'm gonna ask her. Also, just out of curiosity, how would you like to be in charge of this?
Oh, I don't have the head for that. My job is generally astrogation, and that's largely it. I really don't want to get involved in the numbers game. Look, I've spoken to some of your other crew that like Andrew, like she's a merchant, right? Like
Oh
she
yeah.
should know about some of this. Why don't you go speak to her?
Okay.
Like
Well,
no offense, Captain, but just because I was on a pirate ship before doesn't mean that I am an expert on every single role.
well, I know, but I just I value your opinion and you have more experience.
And I gave it to you. I gave it to you, but I don't want to be in charge of this because it's not really my specialty, and
Okay.
I don't want to screw it up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go speak with Andrew. I appreciate it, Barbie. Thank you.
You're welcome, Captain.
How did you not name her Barbenheimer, by the way?
Her name is Barbie. All right, so
Barbie.
your captain comes out. Well, did you meet with her in like your cabin or something?
Yeah, if I met with her on the ship, I was like, hey, yeah, probably on the cabin.
Okay, so he comes back up to the bridge, where I assume you've all kind of gathered, and Barbie comes up after him. So Leonard will pipe up and say, "All right, Captain. So how long do we have in port?"
How does a couple of weeks sound?
That
They
sounds,
kind of look.
sounds like a long time.
We just went through
It sounds-
a harrowing.
It sounds like we might start getting mail here.
Well, how does a week sound? We went through like a harrowing experience.
Yeah,
That's
but
what you-
I think
Yeah,
a
but-
couple of days at most if we're selling stolen goods.
yeah,
Oh.
and like I'll be honest with you, I've never felt more alive than having just escaped certain death.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can do a couple of days. That way you can rest, relax.
Let's see what the engines need first.
Yeah,
visit the red light.
yeah,
district.
yeah. Our time spent here probably has more to do with how much time the repairs will take to the ship.
Okay.
I would guess.
So,
And if
if
anybody here
you
able to help us.
if you let some of so you do have technicians and engineers here at the starport. Do you want to contact the starport and say that you're looking for first for fuel and then for services
Sure,
to fix up your ship?
sure.
Okay. Because this is a free port. It doesn't have as good a facility as the starport on Blue.
But I
Because the
gotcha.
starport on Blue actually has a shipyard capable of overhauling and repair.
Well, I guess the question is how bad is this? Is this something we can fix ourselves with parts? Is this something that's going to need a full overhaul?
That's a good question. Let me.
We can always go there after we do this too, right?
Yeah, buy some fuel, sell our shit, and then just fly over to the starport.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Also, if I'm kind of monopolizing the RPing tonight, feel free for anyone else to pop in and RP.
Okay, so you have the engineers and the team are going to come on. They're going to say it's going to take. Let's see. All right, it's going to take 2 hours for them to do diagnostics on your ship.
Okay, sounds
Just enough time for a good nap.
Anything else you guys want to do in those 2 hours, or you're all kind of sticking around the ship for those 2 hours?
Yeah, I think I'll probably get a couple hours of sleep.
Okay.
Can I see if there's a grav belt available?
So you're going out into the colony itself.
I'm going out into the colony itself.
Okay.
good. And I'm gonna talk to Andrew about selling the stuff.
The rest of your crew is going to ask, are you saying general leave now? They're free to leave the ship?
Yeah, go have fun. I say, go treat yourself.
Okay.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself. Richard,
Yes.
did you watch the game tonight?
Which one?
The Phillies one.
Oh, no. I should
Oh.
have paid attention, but I was busy doing some prep for this.
Should I not spoil anything then?
Uh-oh. Was it bad?
I can tell you what happened.
They won! Yay!
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Castellanos walked it off, which means something
Oh,
bad happened.
Okay, great. That cheers me up. Thank you. All right, so Slems, you're going all by yourself, right?
I guess so, yes.
Okay. So in the meantime, so April, you're being asked about the selling of your goods.
Yes. I don't know. I say we sell them legitly and we sell them now and we get out of here. Because I think like we are Barbie is absolutely right. I don't know you had this conversation. But we are very much ahead of the heat curve, even if that ship jumped to blue, then they probably wouldn't have come here because
Gotcha.
big legit ships like that don't come to places like this. So I think we have a good chance of selling these legitly quickly and being on our way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Do you so do you want to April, do you want to make a check of doing a proper inventory of the goods that you took?
Okay, we can.
Okay.
It's probably
So
a good
in your-
idea.
In your case, that's going to be 2d6 plus 2 for Andrew.
Seven.
All right, so this inventory is going to take you a bit longer. Roll me 2d6.
8.
So your full inventory of the 20 tons is going to take you 8 hours. At the end of the 8 hours, you discover that of the 20 tons of luxury goods that you took from the Mary Sue, 5 tons of them were tech level 10, 5 tons were tech level 11.
Is there a grav belt on that list?
Well, 5 tons were tech level 12, and then 5 tons, you actually have 5 tons of them were tech level 15.
So is that a no on the graph belt?
It's not that kind of equipment.
No, it's not.
There aren't any luxury grav belts?
That would be more of a utility item. Like, this is more like TVs, washing machines, hair clippers.
There's probably
But some of them-
there's probably a niche market here to do luxury grav belts.
So that's going to take you 8 hours. So in the meantime, Slems, you are heading out into the domed colony. You can see here there are largely humans, but you can spot more than a few Aslan and a few Vogger amongst the populace here. You can see almost all of them are wearing vac suits. While here, though, most of them have their faceplates back, but it seems like almost all of them are aware that, they're on a moon without atmosphere, so technically speaking, micrometeorites could be a danger to them, just in case. Looking around, you're just kind of single-mindedly trying to find a grav belt?
Yes.
Okay.
Man on a mission.
Man on a mission.
First, you can open up your computer and make me a computer check. You don't have electronics.
Boop, beep,
and you don't have broker.
I have
So-
broker 1.
He should have broker 1.
Yeah.
I learned it with Andrew
You fucking moron.
during Jesus during the business transaction we decided not to go through with.
I don't think you got broker 1 from that. You got some training in that.
I assure you.
He sounds
did.
pretty confident.
I have your sheet in front of me here.
So I'd say if only there was a place where a record of these details were kept.
Can you roll me 2d6 for Slam?
Okay. I wouldn't have written it down during character creation.
Let me see. Let me go back.
9.
Richard's gonna consult his records.
Because I'm being called a fucking moron. So
I
I'm
didn't
gonna-
call you that. I think Slems called you that.
I rolled a 9 anyway, so let's get to the next step. We can consult the Oracle text at a later time.
Find this broker if it's there.
I'm not that committed to broker 1, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you have you have jack of all trades, which is not going to make this as bad. All right, hold on, let me make a check here of my own.
Well, I mean, I have that and broker 1, but if the DM's gonna DM, who am
DM's
I?
gonna DM on this.
Who am I to blow against the DM?
Phrasing. someone in the chat, by the way, is asking about the Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that's the D&D. You ever watch Critical Role, Daniel?
Yes, a couple times.
So that's Vox Machina is the animated version of that.
Oh,
Yes. I think they just released a new season.
Yep, season
Yeah,
3.
they're on season 3. I got to binge all of season 2 yesterday. I completely missed that. So that was great.
They have to completely delete a person that was in the original game because of his problematicness.
Yeah, like
oh.
it was something like Tobias or Skabai, some weird. He was like a dragonborn. He was kind of a dick.
He was, yep.
Like the guy was, like the actual person was.
Yeah, he was a bad player.
Yeah, he had some real bad behavior.
What did he do?
He was just like a jerk. I think he like.
I mean, if you want there's a lot into it if you go down the rabbit hole.
It's just you've piqued my interest with some drama, and now I want to know.
He did some bad shit.
What was it? What was his name?
I don't remember. Let me look it up though. I'm sure I could find it.
I'm just looking up the grav belt details. Monty, do you remember what page it was on the central supply catalog?
Or what?
Grav belt.
The grav belt that you've been asking me every single session. So I imagine that you've had it like memorized.
No, God, I don't have it. Sorry.
Okay.
Go to page 150. It should be around there. That's where I have all the other things.
Matter disintegrator. You lied to me, Monty. What in the core rulebook?
Yeah.
Because I was looking in the central supply catalog.
There we go. The character's name was Orion Akaba.
I don't know exactly, Richard. Sorry.
No worries. I'm just gonna look it up now. I'm gonna try to anyway.
Oh, he played.
Oh wait, grav belt.
Sorry.
Okay, here we go. Holy shit, these are expensive. Okay. You do find there is a vendor within about a half hour of your position that is listing a grav belt for sale in the store.
Okay. I radio in my plans to the ship and I make my way.
Okay, you all get a call in from Slems that he's going out to make a purchase and he'll be back. You get there in about half an hour.
Well, hold on. So my message is, hey ship, so I'm just going out to get some snacks. Does anyone want anything? Over.
I might go with you. I say.
Am I awake now? By the way, because it like I'm confused about where on the timeline because I fell asleep for a couple of hours.
So he left almost immediately, so you would still be asleep. So this would be a message that would be left for you on your little handheld.
Okay,
computer.
well, 2 hours later, you'll get a message from me that says, "Get me some Pop-Tarts, please."
Okay. All right, so I'm making my way.
Making your way downtown.
I'm walking fast.
You make your way there pretty easily. No one seemingly is getting in your way. And you're not making any sort of efforts to be inconspicuous or anything. You're just kind of being Slem's Linad, right?
Yep, I'm just, doing my usual saunter, taking in the city sounds and smells.
Not flashing around millions of credits?
Nope, absolutely not.
All right.
Remembering how much less stressful this walk is without a briefcase. 38 million credits.
You get to the store and you see that it's actually run by a Vogger who is behind the counter. You can see a variety of kind of like higher tech level items in glass cases all around the walls. And she nods to you as you come in. She has white and orange fur. And she says, "Ah, welcome, welcome to my den of curiosities. How can I help you?"
My good dear, my name is Slems, and I'm here to hover. Is there anything you have that can help me?
Her eyes light up. She says, "Ah, well, I did recently have a grav belt come in."
I say wonderful. Can you please show it to me? I'm very interested in this. Is it brand new?
She says slightly used, but it does come from a tech level 15 world. So it is of much higher quality. She says it originally hails from the capital of the Imperium itself.
Hmm. My eyes kind of wince at the sound of Imperium. I go, not such a selling point for me, love. What else can you tell me about this belt?
Well, unlike lesser quality belts, which, as most aficionados know, start around tech level 12.
Of course,
This
this I
one,
know. I'm an aficionado. I nod eagerly.
this one can operate for 12 hours before recharging. The normal ones can only operate for 4 hours. And this one allows you not only to hover, but allows you to fly at quite a decent speed.
And how much are you asking for this used belt from the Imperium? And I all but spit when I say Imperium.
Mm-hmm. Well, interesting. She's kind of a little confused at your reaction, but she's like, "Well, it comes from, as I said, the capital. It's tech level 15, so it's probably unique here. I'm selling it at a pretty reasonable cost. 1.25 million."
1.25 million. My mouth just drops to the floor. Say, Mademoiselle, what do you take me for? An absolute fool? What is the real price?
She cocks her head off to the side. 1.25 million.
Um, okay. Since the GM says I don't have broker, can I use persuade?
What? Okay, so you're trying to use persuade here.
I think he's trying to use broker, just very passive aggressively.
No. What are you trying to persuade her of? Are you trying to persuade her that
She's dumbass.
that it's actually a bad thing that it comes from the capital of the Imperium?
How about I'm trying to persuade her with the good guy deal.
Can you
Do you
explain
have the good guy deal?
Good God. Okay, this is going to be a hard check for you. So this is going to be 2d6 plus 3.
+3?
Yep, you have 2 for persuade, 1 from your soch.
Okay. Do you have the good guy deal by any chance?
She looks at you and she says, "Well,
Well, you have to ask what's the good guy deal.
she she actually is leaning across from you and she says, "Well, I've always thought people have always looked good in capes." And she leans across from you and kind of waves your little cape that you you wear.
Okay,
And
but she has to ask what's the good guy deal.
I can imagine him just being insulted. It's like, "How dare you hit on me when I'm trying to set up a joke?"
I say thank you, Mademoiselle, but aren't you going to ask me what the good guy deal is?
She sighs and says, "What is the good guy deal?"
You know, I'm a good guy. You're a good guy. Let's make a deal.
Her eyes narrow, and she says, "I'm not a guy."
It's a figure of speech.
Abort! Abort!
Don't you like my cape? And I start waving it around.
Yeah, the kind of goodwill that you got originally from her seemingly kind of evaporates before your eyes.
Dang.
She says, "Look, it's 1.25. If you don't buy this, I'm probably going to find another buyer within the next couple of weeks. It's not worth it for me to sell it at rock bottom prices."
I understand. You know, the worst they can always say is 1.25 million. I guess it's a deal.
Okay, yeah, your character has so much money.
Yeah, stop metagaming. All right, you've already taken away my broker. Now you're letting all of the merchants know how much cash I have on hand.
Richard, we're gonna remove you from the episode.
You know what? Slems is no longer interested in becoming captain. Now he wants to be game master.
Hey,
so you-
actually, oh, sorry.
So you're buying the. Oh, why the hell is your sheet? All right. So
Don't say it out loud.
Yeah, I'm not. You're buying it for 1.25 million. So this is the grab belts. Belts. Tech 15. 2 million credits. All right.
Can you send me a screenshot of its details?
Sure.
Thank you. Got my equipment sheet here.
Fly at medium speed.
Yeah, so it's tech level 15, so it can operate for 12 hours before recharging, and you could fly at medium speed, and it weighs 6 kilograms.
Sick. I'm gonna become my own hangman's noose with my electrical whip. You guys watch it.
Monty, question for you.
Huh.
We're pirates, right? Why not just steal it from her?
Because she gave me a compliment and she listened to my joke.
Also, she seems kind of tough. She might be able to take Monty.
Because she
In a
has
fight,
claws
right?
and Monty's not armed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fighter. If that answers your question the easiest.
I gotcha.
The second up, I have the fun, so why fight?
I gotcha.
Slems is much the lover, not the fighter.
When are you playing Battlefront? We're not playing Battlefront tonight. We're doing our Gungans and Dragons Season 2 Episode 12. It's our tabletop RPG. What are you reading? Right now, as you guys are haggling over price, I'm practicing.
I'm not haggling. I'm hook, line, sinker, sold full price.
So why Monty is wishing he had his broker ability.
Broker one.
I'm moving my fingers around to music.
Monty, is Slems doing anything else before heading back to the ship?
I'm fucking putting that grav belt on under my coat, under my suit. You can't see it. It's under my suit. I just take the top of the suit off right there in front of her, and I go 1 minute. And I move around my, prodigious belly. I lift it up. I clasp the belt. I let the belly fall over it again, and then I zip the suit up, and I walk out.
And then Slems gets canceled for stripping in front of a woman.
Space Twitter.
It was just a little bit of belly. That was it. Fine.
Space threads.
And for anyone interested, that's what a grav belt looks like.
Here, I'll show the audience. All 15 of you.
Nice.
Look,
And
it's a grav belt.
all right, are you flying back to the ship, or are you walking, or are you floating back to the ship?
I'm floating back to the ship.
See, I have a feeling he
Okay.
asked that because he knew that's what you would pick.
Are you
Roll
sitting
me-
like Yoda?
roll me your vac suit skill.
Why is it a vac suit skill? I thought it was my flyer skill.
Okay, well, you have actually, yeah. Let's say it's a grav belt, so you can roll your grav belt, your flyer grav.
Is
Okay.
Monty the one without a vac suit?
No, he does have
Yes.
vac suit
That's
skill.
me.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember. Now.
So this is going to be 2d6 plus 1.
Okay. 13. Let's go.
You fly back to the ship like a goddamn angel.
Like a
you
dainty
have,
butterfly.
you have
I'm
your
acting
own-
like a ballerina. Like I'm literally like float drifting on people's shoulders and jumping off and doing like spins.
Little boops. You're giving people little boops as you float
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
And you probably notice that more than a few people end up taking video of you as you do this, as they watch you in astonishment.
Mhm.
Especially with your cape flying, you make it look like a goddamn music video.
Yep.
Are you sitting like Yoda?
All
No,
right.
I'm like Cirque du Soleil ballerina.
Nice.
My way back to the ship.
Nice.
Getting back to the ship. I assume everybody wakes up in time for Andrew to be finished with her inventory.
Hold on, I'm not revealing that I have purchased a grav belt, so by the time I get close to the ship, I come back to the floor and I walk back the rest of the way.
Okay.
Oh, is it going to be a secret?
And by the time that you're back,
Yes.
the technicians at the port come back to you all, and they say, all right, so we can get you your fuel to fill up the rest of your tank, so that's going to be no problem. Your engines appear to be damaged in a way that you need a shipyard to fix.
Oh, we saw that coming.
From our estimations, and we spoke to your own engineers as well, we came to well, you only had one engineer still left. The other two apparently are out in the city. You basically pushed it beyond its breaking point, and it broke a bit. And the way that you managed to kind of get it going created micro fractures throughout the M drive. We advise you in the meantime not to push it any further than thrust 3.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
So, and one of them hands you a pad and says, if you sign here, this is your authorization for us to charge you for your docking fees going forward and refueling.
I'll charge it. I mean, yeah, I'll sign it.
Okay. You sign it, and they nod, and you can see them start to bring equipment up to the ship, these big tubes that are connecting to the side as they start the refueling procedures. They advise for the refueling, it will take about another 8 hours.
Also, hey, Richard.
Yes.
So, like, Gandhi McCord knows he really shouldn't be giving out his name while they're robbing people, right?
Yes.
Now he does.
Now he does.
I don't think he knew that when we were doing our first
Yes,
little
that
hold-up.
was a rookie mistake.
Right, but like he'd known. But well, I mean, like I guess what I'm asking is, would he know would he know he made that mistake or no?
At this point,
Yeah,
roll me 2d6 plus. What's Gani Makor's intellect? 2d6 plus 1.
okay. 6.
No, it has not occurred to Gani Makor yet.
Okay. Well, he so, he wa- he wants to make like an awesome like pirate costume for himself. So he's gonna go into town, and he wants to get a pirate suit done like this.
You're gonna put a picture in the chat.
In code Gias.
Oh, geez.
And
Okay,
was
so he's going out to find a tailor.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. You can make me a check then. Do you have broker? You do not. You don't have jack of all trades. Roll me 2d6. -2.
Okay. 5.
Okay. So you're gonna go out on a little adventure trying to find a tailor. Okay.
Okay.
Um. Okay. Looking around after about an hour, you find 2 different tailor shops. One that's run by an Aslan, and another one that's run by a Solomani human.
Okay. I'll go with the Aslan, I guess.
Okay. Entering the Aslan shop, you see an Aslan behind a counter. There's a whole bunch of just robes. You see a whole lot of fur coats, capes, and he looks up as you come in and says, "Ah, welcome, little one. How can I help you?"
Hi. Yeah. So I'm gonna say. So I would like a custom outfit. I say, and I kind of give them designs for it that I kind of sketched up.
Okay. The Aslan kind of looks at it and says, "Hmm, interesting. You're much more stylish than many humans I deal with. You seem to have almost an Aslan sense of aesthetics."
I say, oh, thanks. Yeah, like I've always admired your culture and like your clothing and everything. I say.
Might I give you some pieces of advice myself on possible alterations?
Yes.
He basically takes a pen and he adds basically like fur lining to the inside of that cape, and then like at the tips of the collar he adds like dew claws, and like he's adding like actual bone ribbing for like the back of the jacket.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah. So how much would that run me?
How authentic do you want it?
I don't know. I guess
Like if you want, for the ribbing, of course, I can go with manufactured bone. I could go with child bone, regular adult bone. Warrior bone's going to be the most expensive, of course, but then, whoever you go against is going to know you're legit.
how'd you get child bone? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, children die too.
Oh.
Do child bone. We're
Yeah.
pirates.
Yeah.
I mean, child bone tends to be good for the little details, and sometimes a child has a warrior spirit.
You know what? Yeah. I'll do child bone. Sounds good.
Where does child bone come from? A child?
Child?
Is that ethically sourced child bone?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that. I'm just like, this child bone, is it ethically sourced?
Oh yes, yes. We buy it from clans that are taking apart those
Their children.
the shrine.
They're just taking apart their children.
We buy it from clans that have been usually conquered or are no longer existing, and then basically their bones enter into the marketplace because they no longer have family to defend them. You know how it happens with altars.
Yeah, for sure. I say. But yeah, child bone sounds good. I say.
Okay. Okay, he says he can make you the whole thing, bones and all, with the fur for 7,000 credits, and it will take him 8 days to make.
Okay, yeah. Do you guys? Well, we don't really want to be here for a week, right? Can you? I'll be like, can you mail that, like, to a ship?
What do you mean mail to a ship? Like in system?
We might still be at that starbase, by the way, because we're gonna go over there and get repairs, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah. Can you ship that to Blue?
Okay. Sure, but I'll have to charge you like double just for shipping, just to make it worthwhile.
Treat you, but
Oh,
I have to
that's
charge.
fine. 14,000's doable, I say.
Okay. Yeah. He says he could do it. He just needs the ship name to send it to on Blue.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna ask him. So, question: if I was to give you a substantial tip, could you get it done in like 2 days?
How big a tip are you talking?
How does an extra 10,000 sound?
He said he couldn't get it done in 2 days, but he could get it done in 4.
Okay, that works. Yeah. And I'll just give him the money up front.
Oh wow. Okay.
I trust him.
So an extra 10,000. So 17,000 then, since you're no longer doing the shipping.
Yep.
You don't have that much money. You have 12,350.
Wait, don't I have like? I thought I had 2 million credits.
You handed it over to.
I think I have it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll be like, okay. So instead of can I not? Can I instead of paying up front? Can I pay him?
Pay half now, half later.
Yeah, I'll
Pay
pay
half?
half. Yeah, I'll pay. I'll pay. Half.
So
now.
half of 17,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love just the image of you like digging into your pocket and being like, oh.
Will you take a check?
Right. Space check.
So that was 8,500. Okay.
Yep. So I'll be like, yeah. So half now, half later. Sound good? I ask.
Okay. So you have 3,850 credits still left.
Okay. I'm gonna go, and I'll be like, do you need a name?
I assume that you're giving him the name and everything, and maybe even like your fake ship name that it currently is under, right? Or do you guys still have the? Actually, no, you don't have the cloak on anymore because the power went out and you didn't activate it again. So yeah, you could say Salvation's End.
Yeah. I'll say Salvation's End.
I mean, it's the only way. It's the only way it's probably gonna get to you, right? Like if you give him another name.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give him a fake name though. Well, no, would he? Would he give him his own name, or would he give him a fake name?
I mean, your
I
character.
don't
seems
know
to
what
like
the
going out
captain
with
would
names.
do at this point.
Huh? Like, would Gotti McCord know he needs to have a different?
I mean, so far it hasn't
Even
occurred
think
to
about
him. So
Yeah, he'll just give him the name Gotti McCord.
You can be
Okay,
like
let me-
James
let me
Bond.
see.
You just announce your name to everyone. You don't give a fuck.
all right. Well, this is an Aslan, so he probably won't recognize you. Yeah. Okay. He just kind of grunts as you say Gani McCor.
All right, I'll tell him thank you.
Actually, you know what? For the first time in your life, someone doesn't seem to recognize who you are. I'm not sure if this would irk you or not.
And it's actually very nice. It's actually kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air.
Ah.
I personally would be offended.
All right. So heading back to Ukluna and Andrew, who are still on the ship. I'm guessing Ukluna at this point has woken up.
Up from my sleepy time.
So yeah, you have your inventory of your items now. And you want to try to sell them legitly, you said?
I think that's what Andrew's recommendation was. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you trying to sell all 20 tons here?
Yeah. It's if I can get it off our hands Free up that
Yeah, I mean, the
cargo
longer
hold
we-
for some more.
if we can.
Okay. So are you so you're putting a posting basically on the local internet saying you're selling these?
Yes, if that's
Space Craigslist.
Okay. 2d6 plus 2. Okay, you put up your listing. All right. You've gotten 5 people responding within the hour. With bids for your cargo. The tech level of the moon you're currently on is tech level 11. So for your tech level 10 goods, you're currently getting offers of 1,000 credits per ton. For your tech level 11, you're getting offers of 10,000 credits per ton. For your tech level 12, you're getting an offer of 50,000 credits per ton.
Ooh.
For the tech level 15, you're being offered 1 million credits per ton.
That sounds like a lot of money. Do you have a running total?
whatever that adds up to.
So 5,300,000.
Yep. Well, that's
300, 305,000. 5,305,000.
Are you accepting that offer?
Yes, I think that's I would.
You sound
Yeah, I mean-
you sound displeased by that.
It's fine. I'm just wondering. It's probably good. I mean, that's a good haul for our first haul.
Also, very little effort went into it, except for the whole debacle with the gas giant.
Yeah, we got to pay to. Do I have any idea? It's just we're gonna have to pay to recharge. We're gonna have to pay to fix the ship.
Yeah, I mean, even if we
That's
end
true.
up breaking even on this because of the repairs, it's like, how often is that even going to happen?
Okay. So you have that sorted.
I mean, is there a choice to wait to see if there are more bids, or is this like just what it is?
Those are what have come in so far.
Will there be others that come in?
Theoretically, you could try to wait longer.
Yeah, I don't want to wait longer. It's hot goods.
Okay.
So we're trying to sell them before they get too hot. So I think that's a good deal.
Well, I'm happy to defer to your expertise.
All right. And so as you sell this and it goes through, you're all back on the ship. You're probably heading towards the later hours of the night, and you all get blasted by a transmission from the city. It's from Leonard. He says, "Ah, my crew, my crew." You kind of hear lots of noise in the background. And it's like, "I have found ourselves an excellent opportunity for mischief." And then you still hearing a lot of activity. It's like, "I've gotten myself involved in a little bit of festivities here on the planet. Winner
Lucky
take
you.
all variety."
Okay, so you're drunk.
I might have had a few things to drink, and
Yeah.
well, I happened to sign us up for a little bit of a tournament, and I need at least 4 of you to come over and help me out.
Who's
Because
saying this?
Leonard.
this is Leonard, your sword master.
Gotcha.
He says, because, I might have said a few things to someone about us being, really powerful and, well involved. And there's a lot of money in it for us, but also, if we don't participate, we might get into a bit of trouble.
What kind of tournaments?
Oh, you know how they like betting on this world?
I
I
didn't
remember an
I
ad
didn't
about it.
until you said
No.
so, but I'll take your word for it.
It's kind of a battle to the death. And his picture flashes in front of you all, and you see right now that he appears to be in some sort of cage in front of you, and he's wearing some sort of a collar that's blinking. And he says,
Ah, fuck.
"Yeah, might have gone in a little bit over our heads, but hey, we could make some money." And with that, we'll end this week's session.
God damn it, Leonard.
Oh, hey, before we end, could I ask Akluna for like 50,000 credits?
You can ask Ukluna for 50,000 credits next time on Gungans
Also,
and Dragons.
Isn't it your money?
Yeah, that's true.
Are you asking me for an allowance for your money?
Well, I mean, you're holding on to it, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think you could just ask for it back, all of it.
Can I-
Well, as the GM declared, I think that has to wait until next week.
Yes, and I got a movie to go see, so
Yep.
thank you all. I had a great time with you all. I hope you all had a great time as well.
Yeah.
And we didn't
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, no one died.
You didn't die.
Hooray. Bye bye,
What are you
guys.
going to see? Have a good night.
All right. I'll be back tomorrow with some Star Wars Outlaws, I think, or some Battlefront. It depends.